Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I don't post like this often because if you're old here, you probably know me from posting these kind of videos. So today I decided to put my face out there and do something fun, which is reading Reddit stories. The craziest Reddit stories there is out there on the internet. Okay, I'm using the laptop I'm using is not opening, so we're gonna after like a billion freaking years, I finally got the laptop to work, so we're gonna start. The Phantom Shitter. So I work at a restaurant, and the other night we had this sweet elderly couple come in for dinner. They finished their meal and the gentleman excused himself to the restroom. No big deal, right? Well, he was in there for like an hour until his wife finally went in to retrieve him. Fast forward a few hours, now we're closing up and it's my turn to clean the bathroom. I walk in and oh my gosh, the horror. The toilet was clogged to the brim with poop. The trash can was overflowing with paper towels smeared with, you guessed it, poop, and there was poop on the floor, and the smell, I'm telling you, I couldn't even. Yo, I don't understand people's etiquette in public bathrooms. Bottom listed things of all freaking time. I can't stand it. I can't stand using a public bathroom because people don't know how to freaking use it. So my coworker Dan, bless his soul, took one for the team. He unclogged it, wiped it up, and I had to tackle the trash can. I pulled out the bag and lo and behold, there was a rogue turd hiding underneath the trash bag in the trash can. I don't even want to know how that happened. How? Did it no clip through the freaking bag? Even after Dan wiped down the walls with bleach, the bathroom reeked for days. It only started to smell normal, but it was so bad you could smell it in the dining room. One of the cooks have dubbed this guy the Phantom Shitter. So yeah, that was our night. So we're starting off strong. I feel like that was a great first story. I don't know how I feel about it. An elderly couple went in the next one please. This takes a while to find. Like, I don't know what I'm looking. I once bit into an apple, then just spit it out. I didn't know why. Then I took another bite, spit it out. When my best friend came out to me before I could say anything, I projectile vomited not once but twice. Right after she said the words, "I'm gay." Luckily, it didn't land on her, but it was pretty messy. She assumed this was me showing my disapproval. I ran out my house crying and went home. Throwing up on someone? Bro, she almost threw up on her. She almost threw up on her. Ugh, disgusting. My senior year of high school, we submitted senior quotes for the yearbook, and my friend and I thought it would be a funny idea to submit a quote on behalf of another friend. Quote, "Nothing better than cute boys at the beach, less than 3, end quote. Friend whose quote we changed told his mom told the school told the cops. On the first day of graduation practice, which was the last week of high school forever for me, myself, and 2 friends got suspended, banned from walking at graduation, and 3 felony charges from the police officers handling the situation. Soon after, we were handcuffed and taken to the main jail where, due to not being able to pay the $60,000 bail, we were booked into cells, got our jail clothes, and spent a little over 24 hours there. Going to jail for changing your friend's senior quote is insanity. They weren't allowed to walk on their graduation, 3 felony charges, and they had to stay in jail because they couldn't pay us $60,000. I feel like the police officers who handled that situation just felt really, probably had a bad day. I don't think this is a story. This is like a poem. Plastic surgery is a lot like painting a deck. Until you paint your deck that first time, you never need to worry about painting it. But when you paint that first time, now you need to keep painting it over and over to make sure it looks good. And then eventually comes a time where you're painting your deck and you notice that your fence just quite isn't that brilliant tone of red you remember it being. Since you're already painting, why not paint your fence too? So now you're sitting on your deck enjoying your wonderful fence. And when you notice that the color of your grill is just not right and making your deck look hideous, paint that shit too. Now you're eating burgers on your deck while you look over your super fence and see that your neighbor's taking care of the grass better than yours and just won't do. So now you think about it, and since painting things has turned out so well, fuck it, paint that fucking grass. And now plastic surgery is a lot like painting a deck. Someone finding that's not really a story. One day I was riding my BMX bike around town, and I used to go down these 3 huge hills to get some massive speed, but the downside was you had to take a 90-degree turn at the end to make the underpass. Well, I usually make the turn no problem, but this one day I flew down the hill. I went to go make the turn and there was a truck in the underpass, a white Toyota Tacoma. I hit that truck with such force I flew over the truck, smacked my head on the bumper, and laid on the ground with a broken femur, fractured skull, a brain bleed, and a few broken fingers, and I survived. I wonder if he was still like alive when he was conscious when he was on the. I feel like a lot of people say that's their biggest fear, like really embarrassed after getting hit by a car, because what do you do after? This happened when I was around 13 or 14. I was at my friend's house and her grandma called me into the living room where there was a fairly large picture window overlooking the house across the street, which happened to be the house of our other friend. So I go into the living room and her grandma is looking out the window telling me to hurry up and come over. So I go over and there's a red car stopped in front of the driveway across the street. A guy gets out, opens the trunk of his car, takes out a plastic bag and dumps it in their bushes. He then gets in his car and speeds away. By this time I grabbed my friend and we texted the girl across the street to come and check out what the guy dropped. So all four of us go to the bush and see the bag. My friend's grandma grabbed a stick and poked around in the bush and opens it up, and inside is a needle and heroin. Her grandma was a nurse at the time, so she held the bag with the stick and we all went back inside and her grandma called the cops. While we were waiting for the cops to come, we were in the living room and we see the same red car pull up. The same guy gets out and walks over to the bush. When he sees that the bag is missing, he freaks out. He's like pulling his hair out and running around the bush trying to find his bag. Finally, he leaves and the cops come and ask what's up, so we told him everything we saw. He takes the bag and proceeds to tell us that this is the third heroin drop in this area in the past week, and I was a part of all of this because my friend's grandma was a huge people watcher and just liked to creep on people. Crazy day. So this guy's just dropping heroin bags around and then coming back to pick them up. I'm a little confused here. How expensive even are those? Like, why was he freaking out so much? I accidentally dropped my baby sister and she died within a month. How long ago was that? This person was 12 years old. Okay. I engaged in incestuous activities when I was a kid. How is this app free, bro? Why is... What the hell does that mean? See, there's like a story to these, but I'm not gonna read the story because they're like too long. It has something to do with alcohol, so I really don't. I use tarot to read my loved ones into filth. I don't even know what that means. I'm addicted to cocaine. Alright, dude. I want someone to control my life. Got some freaks up in here. What the flip? I forgot my child in the car 24 years ago. Did you get her back? I can hear my neighbor leaving her apartment, ripping loud farts in the hall, then going back in. In the halls for everyone. I'm unsure if it's for everyone to hear because it's in the hallway. What the hell? What am I reading? As a bald man, sometimes in the garden I forget to put on a hat, so I use a cabbage leaf. 46, married over 15 years. You know what? You have your priorities. If you don't have a hat, use a cabbage leaf. A frick. I used to want to kick girls in school so they would kick me back. Yo, like I said, all these freaking people are freaks. I think I genuinely enjoy feet. Yo, this was like 1 hour ago. I was gonna make a Dan Schneider joke, but what the hell? I got a coworker to clean their dump of an office with fart spray. Okay, wouldn't that be like obvious when you spray it because it's a freaking fart sprays? Aren't those like strong as hell? I'm obsessed with older women. I always wake up in the middle of the night to pick my nose. I fantasize about cutting off my foot. Okay, this person says here it's like a medical disorder condition. How do you have a medical condition that makes you want to cut off a limb? I didn't know Nesquik had to urgently be mixed with milk. Okay, that's not that bad. Like how you make coffee. So like, you know how you have to take the powder and you mix it with milk and you just like mix it like that. This person boils water and milk and then puts it in and adds sugar. So like how you make coffee. I don't know if it's just me, but like I grew up drinking like warm chocolate milk, like microwave chocolate milk. I didn't know it was like a thing that you drink cold. I didn't know you drink chocolate milk cold. I've always drank it like warm. Like I put it in the microwave and I would drink it. Supposedly that's weird. And I would always think like, isn't it the same thing as hot chocolate? But now I know that I'm the issue because you're not supposed to drink it like that. We fired an employee for stinking. Okay. I showed hot trans women to the guys at work and don't tell them they're trans. The time I was almost, in parentheses, accidentally gay. Okay, I'm gonna read like 3 more and then I'm dipping because this is weird as hell and I don't know why I'm like getting really sick. In high school, I absolutely obliterated the toilet with shit and lied about it. Yo, I don't know people who like can shit in school. Like once, actually this happened twice, but I'm gonna say once. I went into the school bathroom skipping. Sorry, I'm just a bad kid. I was skipping in class and there was like a girl in the stall and I was kind of just like skipping. I was skipping in the bathroom with this girl in the stall and it was just me and her. And I could like hear her trying to shit and she was shitting really quietly. But like you could hear it and I did her a favor and I left because that was incredibly embarrassing for me and probably even more embarrassing for her. I don't like people who don't wash their hands in the bathroom. Like I see people going into the bathroom using it and just leaving. Also, I had a friend that I came over to her house once and I asked her for, like if she had water and she took a glass from her nightstand and she went, filled it up and came back and I was like, she doesn't have a kitchen in the basement. Why did she go upstairs to fill it up? I'm like, where'd you get the water from? She's like, my bathroom. She just gave me water from her bathroom sink. Her cat litter is in her bathroom too. I'm like, yo, don't give people your bathroom water in a glass. And she didn't even washed the glass. She took it from her nightstand. What the frick? Disgusting. Meth made me do it. Okay? Do what? Whenever I get, I want to dress like a... I lied about my cooking skills to get a job at a local diner and managed to keep it for 6 months. What happened after 6 months? My ex-boyfriend accidentally drank my piss one time. Compared to the other threads I've seen on this topic, that's not even that bad. And that is really bad. Don't get me wrong, that is really bad. When someone pisses me off, I calm myself down by picturing myself stabbing him/her. Here we learned about freaks, we learned about people who like to kill, we learned about people... Well, I learned a lot about people that I didn't want to know. If you guys want me to post more of this, make sure to let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I almost flipped you off, I'm sorry. And yeah. And if you still enjoy my old content, you can also comment what else you guys want me to post. Okay, peace, 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 peace.